Listen, I'm like you. I sat around all day. I thought, okay, you don't get many Game 7s. I thought the Indiana Pacers were an amazing story. It's one of the craziest playoff runs. They were underdogs to Milwaukee. They were supposed to get rolled by Cleveland. They weren't going to beat the Knicks. They even sold Game 1 of the finals in OKC. It's just, you don't get stuff like this. And then Tyrese Halliburton, this incredibly likable guy, and his kind of crazy dad sometimes. He was along for the ride, and then he gets hurt, and you're like, oh, you can't beat OKC with one ball handler and just T.J. McConnell. But last night was a real gut punch. It was hard to stomach. And this was the 8th Achilles tear this year in the NBA, most ever, and the 3rd in the playoffs, most ever. The NBA is on notice. Shorten the playoffs. They started 2 weeks before the draft, the NFL draft. The NBA is faster. There's more spacing. There's way more movement. Players are just moving more. It's twitchier. When you can see his Achilles flop, it's gutting. An Achilles tear used to be what old guys did at 58 playing handball. It was an old guy injury. It wasn't for 20-year-olds. That tells you everything. And baseball, for the record, has made multiple tweaks in the last 3 years. The sport has greatly benefited. The NFL tweaks in season. We love the NFL. The NBA has never been a stubborn league. Move off 7-game playoff series until you get to the finals. MJ, the most popular the league ever was, 5 games in the first round. Maybe you can do conference finals at 7. But the NBA just got a $76 billion TV deal. The billionaires are going to be okay without another home game. Everybody's going to eat. Adam's going to eat. The owners are going to eat. The players, the coaches, 7 and 8 figures everywhere. These early round 7 games, when you look at these injuries, the Achilles injury, it's a wear and tear injury. You're just fatigued. You're tired. You're pushing it. Like they always say, you tear the Achilles on the last ski run of the day, or as you get older, you're an old guy and you're pushing it. That's where this usually happens. So next year, think about this. 2 of the most captivating players that we argue about, Jason Tatum of the Celtics, won't play next year. And now Tyrese Halliburton, because the lateness of this injury, probably will not play next year. Are you going to tell me the Eastern Conference, I don't get Tatum and I don't get Halliburton? You think that's good for the league? I was thinking, watching this injury, I'm thinking, you know who really benefited in the East this year? Orlando and the Knicks, by getting knocked out earlier. They'll have a healthy roster. So I just look at this. College basketball in March gets bigger ratings than the NBA often gets in the playoffs. Why? Urgency. Make the games matter. I'm not asking for one and done. But when you're seeing 8 injuries and 3 tears over a course of a season, these are arguably the world's best athletes. They're in incredible shape. Very few of these guys play themselves into shape. They come in finely tuned, and the NBA should not be a war of attrition. Once again, think about this. The NBA playoffs, the play-in tournament, started April 15th. Okay? 4th of July is around the corner. These things are too long. It doesn't take 10 weeks to realize, that team that dominated the regular season also ended up winning the NBA championship. If a team can win in 5, they're good enough. If you're losing in 5, you're not good enough. And so I think Rick Carlisle, highly emotional after, I think on a more personal level, but on a level for all of us, you kind of felt like, you felt a little cheated yesterday. The oligarchs and the billionaires have a $76 billion contract coming. They can give a couple of games back. Here's Rick Carlisle after.
What happened with Tyrese is just all of our hearts dropped. But he will be back. He authored one of the great individual playoff runs in the history of the NBA with dramatic play after dramatic play. It was just something that no one's ever seen.
And nobody wants to see, again, how it ended. Again, the NBA and most of these leagues We always thought baseball was the stuffy sport, unwilling to change. And Rob Manfred has stepped up and made change after change, and they've all worked. Baseball is much easier to watch. 2-hour, 35-minute games. The game flies by. It's really made baseball, it's given it a bit of a renaissance. And I say that as a guy that for about 15 years stopped talking baseball. It was too slow. None of the kids in my house wanted to watch baseball. It was soccer. That's not the case anymore. The games are faster. The NBA needs to act quickly, succinctly, shave playoff games. We don't need 10 weeks.